You know, it's really good when you let God take control of your fingers. It's really good when you don't think about what you're doing and you just gotta get a feel for it sometimes. You know, you can't worry about human perfections. Anyhow, I was watching something today, and he was saying about the aliens coming here and how they're always shooting at them all the time. Why? Why are they always shooting at the aliens? I don't like it how they say that the Anunnakis were slave owners, and I don't believe it. Why would you believe something like that? Why would you believe that they came here to force us to dig up gold? Why are there banks with gold blocks in them if that's real? Why do we still have gold? Why are you wearing gold? If the Anunnakis came here to enslave us and force us to dig up gold for their ships, wouldn't they still need that? All I see is gold on people's necks and arms and ears and navels and nose and tongues. I know that that's proof that it's a lie. If they needed all that gold to fuel their ships, why did the humans dig up all the diamonds they could find? Why? Why are they sitting in stores, so many and with a price so high, nobody's ever going to be able to buy them all? So they're just sitting in the store. Like some kind of power and control. You just had to dig up as much as you can so nobody else wouldn't dig none up, right? To control it. Why are they in the store? Taking up space, collecting dust. Huh? Why are people lying on the aliens and saying that they made us slaves? I said it. I have an unidentified alien gene. It's on my blood work. You can go see it on the native Indian Alki Bulan, my ancestry page. No, it didn't come from no mess from your mail in your DNA mess that anybody could just screw it up and then say that they don't know anything about it. They don't gotta tell you nothing anyway. When you look at it, you believe it. So all that stuff going through the mail, get out of here. Nobody's not. They just sending you any old thing. Just like they lying and saying the aliens, the Anunnakis were slave owners that made us dig up gold. That is so stupid. Then you already proved it that people did not build the pyramid. People didn't build that pyramid. Those blocks are 40 tons and bigger. They already made all kinds of instruments to try to get to pull a block. They can't even do nothing like that. With all these man-made machines, they still can't get it right. Because the gods made the pyramids. God. Not even the aliens. God made all those structures that are showing tons and tons for one block. Get out of here. Didn't no humans make no humming noise? It was God built all those big, giant structures. Wasn't that back in the days when, the beginning, dinosaurs and male footprint were seen side by side? Something like that would definitely protect you from something that could eat you up real good. Why would the Anunnaki come here and make us slaves for gold? Why is there still gold in the bank? Why do people have gold on their arms and stuff? If they wanted the gold, you wouldn't have none of it. You wouldn't have none of it. Okay? How come you got gold? What, they just decided to let us have a little bit of it? Lots of it? You're gonna make some human beings to get gold and still leave most of it here? All of it. Stop lying. Why is that stuff in the vaults and the diamonds? I believe that that's supposed to be inside the dirt of the planet. That's like somebody taking out your liver and your heart, chopping it up into little pieces because it sparkles, and putting it up for sale. Selling organs without your permission. Selling your eyes, selling your nose parts. What would you like if somebody started chopping your little fingers off and selling one piece at a time? That's how I feel about people taking diamonds out of the dirt to put them in a store. You know how many jewelry stores there are? Just holding on to diamonds? Just got them locked in vaults when they should be inside the planet. Like nutrition. Why do you need to take them all out? That's very disturbing. It's very disturbing and evil. In my opinion, I find it to be very evil. Why is it all sitting in the store? Nobody's buying all that. What about the planet? Or you don't think she needs her nutrition? That's nutritious inside the planet. It's a balance that we need to have somewhere to live. That's like taking one little car part out at a time. Well, I don't need this little fuel cap. I'm not gonna put oil in the car today that you took out of the planet. Again, let's see about that. You took it out of the planet. The gas too. Where did it come from? It came out of the planet. It came out of the planet. What was you doing? Making ink pens from the creature that just in the ocean, minding his business. That octopus wasn't bothering nobody. Yes, I have 8 octopus in the can. It was available. I was about to pass out and die, and it made me get up quick. That's how important that is. And that was in a can. So, why are you killing so many of them just for some... Put ink in your ink pen. Half of them get lost all the time. You just get full ink pens in the trash. Because it got cold and it stopped working and it gets thrown in the trash. Nobody cares about where that ink came from. Nobody cared that they chased that octopus and they killed him for a little ink. It took his life. Nobody cares about why is the 90% of the fishies are missing. Because half of them didn't even get ate up. They got wasted. Why? You want to be the biggest buyer, the biggest one making all the money you claim. But you wasted a lot of fish. You wasted those fish because you put those fish, you had 1,000 fish when you only needed 200 for the grocery stores. Well, nobody buying all that fish. You was not supposed to do that. And how many did it? Too many fishing boats. What about the personal fishers? Why did you fill up that bucket with 80 fish and 100 fish so you could brag to your friends? Take a picture and put them back. 'Cause you ain't eat them all. I personally know I've seen plenty of fish in my sink. Like 50. Dead and not cooked. I've seen so many times when they brought so many fish. Why? That bucket was too full and you took hours and you sat down and you drink your beer, whatever. You smoke your whatever. Wow, those fish were sitting in that bucket suffocating. They had a suffocating, long, hard death. You think God didn't care about that? You better think again. You better think twice. Oh, there's millions of you did it. Millions by the billions. You ain't gotta like me, because I'm saying the truth. But God saw what you did. It was wrong. It was wrong. Some of them fish went bad so many times. You couldn't even get them in the fridge. I remember my fridge being so full with a bag. I did not participate, and I didn't make that happen. I was very upset. There were blood and juice leaking out of the fridge with the door closed. I was mopping that shit up all night. I'm sorry for cussing. Those fish were dying for nothing. Didn't nobody eat all those fish? And I never let it happen again. Don't come over here bringing your fish. I don't care who's at my house. You ain't gonna bring no 100 fish in no daggone plastic Save-A-Lot bag, suffocating, and put them in my fridge for me to mop up the blood for 20 hours. If I was near water, I would have threw them all back. It was way too far away, and it was a hot day, and I couldn't go outside, and I didn't have a ride. So you see, I was definitely tortured by that. Mentally, psychologically, and my heart suffered to be a witness to that. Yes, it's not just fish. No, it ain't. They were alive, and they was breathing, and they keep us alive when we eat them. We ain't eating no 100 at a nighttime. Somebody lying. That was very selfish. If you know somebody in your family wants some fish, fine. Get them one big or two big ones. They ain't gonna eat them all. Why you getting a whole bag? Yo, I'm upset about that. I'm not excited about that. I'm very upset about it. Just thinking about it, just evil, and just how could you not even care? Oh, it's just some fish. Maybe next time when you stop breathing, you might come back as a fish. For thinking like that. And be conscious of every moment that you swimming around and you see that hook, and you're going to remember that you was human once, and you ain't going to want to grab that hook. You'll be one of the fish that get big, but one day get caught and be scared to death because while you sit in a bucket suffocating and nobody even eats you. For the better good, for the greater good, to live longer, for a purpose. That's living for a purpose. That's to live for a purpose. It's good to be a plant or a fish. If you're going to keep somebody alive, that's a greater good. You got people sitting over here in this beautiful place throwing cigarette butts on the grass. Why? They got 2 tall butt cans outside. But we want to put the cigarette butts on the ground. In the beautiful, beautiful green grass. Why? You done threw it out there while it was lit too, didn't you? Like, I saw like at least 50 cigarette butts where I'd be sitting and filming in the morning. There's only a couple of people that just came new. You think that's your own personal patio. And if it was, would you do that in your yard? Most likely, I guess, huh? Or most likely not, because you're just jealous because it's not your yard for real. You could fantasize and then you want to dirty up the place and throw your butts over there and risk a wildfire, because some of that grass is very dry because it hits the sun every day. That's where the sun rises. You see that grass over there that's brown, gold looking. You know that grass can catch fire. You don't care. If this whole property catches on fire, you wouldn't care. You're evil. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have to say it, but that is evil. It's not good or bad or, oh, some people need medication. No, some people are just really bad on purpose. Oh, I spoke to many. This is not my opinion. All these years I've been living, 6 decades. And before that. And people told me the truth about how they felt. Mean people that I used to give excuses to when I was younger. They let me know. No, didn't nobody bother me when I was little. Didn't nobody do nothing to me. I said, well, why you do that? Why you treat people like that? Because I can, is what she said. She told me to stop crying about it. What? More than once. It wasn't a bad day. It was every day for decades. I knew them all for 4 decades of my life. They were very, very cruel on purpose. They admitted it over and over. Most of them like to take other people's husbands and boyfriends on purpose. I was a witness to so many things. I didn't ask to be a witness. I guess everybody needs a confidant. And the things they said to me. Those things were so horrifying. I didn't judge them. I was thankful that God let me meet somebody, to those kind of people, to tell me the truth. Because some are saying, well, why would she listen to it? She must be just as bad. Because everybody needs a real friend to tell things to. You one of them? You got people telling you stuff. You ain't perfect. Don't even try it. And, no, I didn't do what they did. They were mad because I wouldn't come and hang out. I'm not going to be part of it. And my kids, they need to understand too. Because they was little. There were times we went to some grown people's house. They were older than me. I'm saying that because they were older than me. All of them. It's not my fault what they did to their kids. Don't take it out on me. We didn't go there every day. We didn't go there every week to those friends. We didn't even go there every month, and I don't want to be punished anymore because I'm sorry that you experienced the horror of what their kids was experiencing in real life. And we had to witness. I'm very sorry about that, but I didn't keep you there. I didn't leave you there, and I did not participate. If you will remember well, while grown people were in their room with the door locked, I was sitting on the couch. I was the one. I want somebody to say it's not true. I was the one that offered the money behind the grown people's back, because they'll just take it, to the children that were not mine, to go to the store with my children to sneak and get some food for the children to eat. Say it's not true. I want you to say it's not true. I dare you to say it. So while my kids were experiencing that, somehow in between the middle, I think that they thought they experienced something like that. You better set that shit right, or they better remember it right or something. And then after I got sick of waiting on people to so-called to give me a ride home, that's when I would take my kids and say, we gotta go. Whether it was late or not, or 6 o'clock in the morning after I really believed it, that somebody was gonna bring me home. But they found out I had a couple of dollars, and of course, yeah, I wasn't a sucker. I did what God wanted me to do. I gave a lot. But I was not part of whatever they did. Not ever. And what you also need to know, I was the one that set up for that money, for that annuity. Not the lawyers. Nobody made me do it. It wasn't no automatic thing. I want somebody to open their mouth and open their mouth. I dare you. I dare you to say it's not real. I was the one that taught my older friends who laughed at me. By the way, they laughed at me and said, your kids got lead poisoning. My kids ain't got that. That young girl don't know nothing. She got her kids sick and everything. I bypassed their noise. And I asked my lawyer friend, who he had become friends with me, to help me to figure out a plan to make the money last. Not just to take, and see, I could go to jail for what I'm saying on the air. I don't care, because I'm sick of being punished. And I'm sick and tired of people who weren't even there telling my kids I'm still suffering. Yeah, I got to talk about it. Ain't no long time ago they still punish me because of your dumb mouth. When you don't even know nothing. You wasn't there in the courtroom when the judge gave me $65,000 and said, this is yours. You wasn't there when I said $65,000 counted. You wouldn't have had no money at 18 and 21. I made that happen. Me alone. It was me. Yeah, I'm saying it like a man because you treated me bad and you let people that were not living in our house who's still punishing me now. I don't care about them, but you better act like you remember. That's the mother y'all remember? Don't act like you stupid. I never called you stupid, never called you bad names, nothing. Yet and still, you got memories, but you better remember them right. I was the mother that was buying the food for my kids and other kids when they came to our house. I was the mother that set up the annuity with the parents that were laughing at me after I received my annuity. Then they knew it was real. Then they wanted me to do it for them. After they teased me, laughed at me while I was walking up and down the street while y'all were in school, and I had to walk down the street to the store, the CVS, or to work for 2 hours, and they would call me out in front of public, in front of everybody walking down the street, people I didn't even know, talking about me like shit. I deserve my respect. One of my sons said, I act like I'm entitled. I am entitled. You've been taught wrong. Somebody told you the wrong shit. Like, because they said it to me. You only gave them money when you... It's my money. It was my money. Now, the way I see it, if you want to keep believing that, I'll make you pay me back. You can keep your $20,000 from the 65. that comes out divided by 3 to 22,000 a piece that you're only supposed to receive. All the rest of the money, the monthly payments and all that, that was mine. So you count your little 22,000 if you choose to believe what they said. Or you can shut your mouth and be grateful and remember that I gave you my money. I didn't even put no money away from me for now. When you didn't even let me spend the night for one night before I got to this room. Because of I deserve being the punishment. Get out of here. And I want all you parents to know, when you put money away for your kids when you're younger than 30 years old and stupid as I was, smart but stupid. I was so smart, I was too stupid to put my own money away for me. Some of that should have been mine. It was mine, and I didn't put none away for me, like age 60. I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking this is for my kids, and I'm going to just make sure that they have everything growing up because I don't get no child support, and I don't go to court for nothing. And this will be my child support is what I said to the judge. This will cover me taking care of my kids every month. That's what I said to the judge for your big mouth information. By now you probably shut me down, and that's why you never learn nothing. It don't matter who's mad about what I'm saying. You wasn't in my shoes. And if you want to be mad, you might have to walk in my shoes. That's what usually happens. It's called karma. It's real. Don't matter how old you are. You'll be walking in my shoes so fast, you'll be like, how did I get here? Oh yeah, I judged that lady. I had karma. I had my karma. My kids ain't part of it because I was good to them. I seen what my friends did to my kids. I stayed friends with them so they wouldn't kill their kids. I dare somebody's kids to get up here and say, I ain't say your mother's name. I dare you to get on here and say it's not real. I want you to get on here and lie and say that I didn't save you from your mother. You know who you are? Your mother, your mother's boyfriend. I dare you. I dare you to say it. To say it's not real. Because somehow my kids absorbed your pain and they're coming at me with a vengeance. I'm not having it. No more of it. You better stay out of my kids' ear. They better smarten up one or the other. Otherwise, you be going through the same thing. You'll be me. You'll be me for months. And you'll feel what I felt with my friends. And you'll be me. Protecting your kids, your friends' kids. And then when they grow up, I don't care if you didn't see it. You know it was different when I came around, or if I'm on the phone, you got less ass whooping. Okay, I want you to say it's not real. I dare you to say that it's not real while my kids are punishing me like they're stupid. I said like they're stupid. I said it. I just dare you. I dare you because that's holding me up now. And I don't want to feel like I'm having a heart attack no more. I had enough of it. It's enough is enough because you couldn't punish yours or the other person. Now I gotta be punished for it. You better straighten that shit out. That shit better get real straightened out real quick. This is the Good Witch.